Today I taught a math lesson to second graders. The math lesson was about subtracting cents, which is two-digit subtraction. They've had practice with this before, so it was just a review of two-digit subtraction and then adding the cent symbol because we've been doing a unit about money. My video picks up towards the end of the Mimeo lesson where all the kids are on the carpet and we do the Mimeo lesson together on the smartboard, and then you see us break up into different groups. I differentiated the lesson in two different ways. I have 5 higher level students in the class, and I knew that they could do more challenging problems because when we did regular two-digit subtraction, they flew through it. So I found an enrichment page that had 2 higher level problems subtracting money that I thought would be challenging for them. So instead of adding it to their normal amount of work, I just had them replace 2 problems that they were going to do with the 2 challenging ones. I also differentiated the lesson by working in a small group with my lower level math students. 2 of the students are English language learners, and the other student needs extra help with math and reading. I read the word problems to them aloud on the paper to help the English language learners understand what they needed to do. And then I also made sure that they had tools to use to help them with the math problems. In the video you'll see me hand them out hundreds charts, which they use to help count back and subtract. And then I also gave them coins. We didn't use them during the video, but they did end up using them later on. And those were just tools to help them since they were lower level students. They were expected to complete the same problems as everyone else. They just received the extra support by having me read to them and also give them the tools like the chart to help them. During planning, I thought it was challenging to find the right material to use for enrichment with my higher group because I didn't want them to think that they were going to do extra work or that their work was a lot harder than what everyone else was doing. I just wanted it to be a little challenge for them. So I talked to my mentor teacher about it, and she suggested finding just a couple of problems that they could replace the other ones with, which I like that idea. So we ended up choosing 2 problems where it was kind of where they would make their own problem. And I'm glad that I did that because in the video you can see whenever I'm showing them the paper, they're excited about it. They really wanted to do it. And they didn't see it as anything extra because they were replacing. I told them that they could X out 2 problems on their paper that they didn't want to do because they were doing these extra ones. And they looked forward to the challenge. They really liked that. And they did well with it. When I went and graded their papers, all of them had done it really well. So that was a challenge that I faced. But I think overall having the differentiated groups went really well. So in the future, I will continue to use differentiated instruction. Every student has different learning needs, and it makes lessons more meaningful when their needs are met by having differentiated instruction. I really want to focus in the future on making more of my lessons differentiated because we kind of get into a routine where we just have everybody do the same thing. But it really does make a difference, and you can see that the kids are excited. And for my lower level ones, they do better when they have that extra support and understand better what's going on. So I really want to make sure that I focus in the future on those, and no matter what subject, math, reading, science, history, all of those.